we all had our senior moments trying to put names and faces together. We wondered why we didn't look more like our yearbook pictures. We certainly didn't feel those 70-plus years. Friday evening, we gathered at Rita's Red Coach restaurant for an evening of conversation and finger foods. Also on hand are displays of the classmates' creative endeavors, which will be seen later in a special section of this video. More scrapbooks and photos reminded us of the classmates who were missing from this reunion. But for those present, the evening is one of joyful reminiscing and memories. We arrived at the VFW dining room for the climax evening of our reunion. Our gathering also turned into a photo session that included the taking of the official reunion picture. Visiting continued throughout the evening, as though we might not get to see everybody and talk with everybody before the reunion was over. Already the days seemed to have gone by much too fast.
Some of you may have, we've been sharing stories all over, and I really like the one that Jack Rory told about when he's asked, what do I do now that I'm retired? And he said the other day he was in Walmart, and he just in a few minutes he came out and the cop was giving a ticket, and he walked up and said, I'm a senior citizen, give me a break. And the cop didn't say anything, and he said, well, you pig. And so he put that ticket on his windshield, and he got another ticket out and started writing it for worn tires, and Jack got more abusive, and the cop kept writing more tickets, and there were 5 tickets on the windshield. And then Jack walked around the corner and got in his car. He didn't care because that bumper sticker said Hillary in 08. And then we got that unknown class member, Ole Olson. And Ole went into the attorney and he said, I want to change my will so I'm buried at sea. And the attorney says, why, do you have a love for the sea? And he said, no, I want to get even with my wife. And he said, how are you going to even with your wife doing that? And he said, she wants to dance on my grave. That's the only jokes now. I'm done with the jokes. And, yeah, lots of no more jokes. All right, that's good. Tonight, I really think that we face two challenges. And the first challenge is, as we share our memories, there's going to be some pathos and some humor and some friends of the past, and we have to have the challenge of being as accurate as possible. And that's a big challenge. We have another challenge, and the challenge is the future, because face facts, in the year 2010, some of us won't be here. And so we have to be kind to each other. And so as we share tonight, let's give each other a kind word and a hug, and think about how we can communicate with them, not just at reunion time, but maybe write an email or a letter to people in between to keep our contacts going, because these reunions have always been very refreshing to me, and I really enjoy the emails that I do get from you from time to time as we go on, and I think others would too. So let's share our opportunities for the future today. And with that, I feel that's enough out of me. I'm not going to have many more speeches. That's my only one. So I'll call on Bev to give us the invocation, and we will start the dinner.
I'd like to start our invocation with a poem that Mary Jane Wolfenden Bay wrote, and I put it on your invitation, and I think it's very fitting, excuse me, for tonight. We were all dreamers long years ago, youthful and eager, and we didn't know the best laid plans sometimes go awry. Success don't follow every earnest cry. In 55 years, we've learned a lot, and here we now stand in the same old spot, among friendly faces, so good to see, each one fulfilling his own destiny. And we really miss Mary Jane this year. She was at our 50th anniversary and then passed away shortly after that. So I asked we have the most fantastic minister in our church at Trinity Heights United Methodist Church. I wish you all could have him and could hear him. And I told him I was having a little trouble coming up with the right words, so he sat down and in 3 minutes gave me this. God of us all, God of the class of 1950, thank you for this time of remembering and celebrating. Thank you, O God, for those present with us. Thank you for the memory of those no longer with us, but present in every funny and absolutely truthful story shared. Oh God, remind us that even though in earthly time we have aged a bit, in your sense of time we've hardly aged at all. Thank you, oh God, for allowing us to recapture, if even for a moment, the joy that is the class of 1950. Bless our time together. Amen.
Amen.
10 more names.
Stand up. Should we have them just stand up?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's have them stand up. Then we'll give you hands. Okay, Jeff Garrett, Carmelita Decker, Pat Meacham, Delma Bartell, Alice Stahl, and Doris Hockey, and the golf was Adrian McCullough. Saturday tours Ron Calvert and Jack Lowry, and tomorrow's breakfast is Gladys Truslow and Maggie Morgan. And the others that were helping were Don Boersma, Merle Block, SidGates, and the 49er Gene Hockey.
And
so let's give them. And Motor. Okay, they didn't write my name on here. I'm sorry. And she's coming. She gets a separate introduction. The other thing that I would like to do is that these people have done a lot of work, but I think Bev deserves a little special attention for taking care of all the emails and everything else she's done, because she really keeps us glued together. So Bev, thank you. And then I have a special award. Special award. Okay. Loyette, you have a special award here. You You are number one. You are the very first person to send in your reservation for this reunion.
Well, thank you.
Number one. Yeah. Okay, and then we have a few communications from people that are not here, and Carmelita is going to give us some, and then Pat will give us a few more.